Hi everyone. So this is my newest layout that I have. I decided to do Splash Mountain. As many of you know, Disney has decided to change Splash Mountain. Um, I understand why and I agree, but it's very nostalgic for me. And so I just wanted to get a couple layouts done for the pictures that we do have. I am very excited for the new Tiana theme. I mean, it's something new at Disney, so it's going to be very exciting. I'm very sad that the last time I was on Splash Mountain, I did not know it was my last time being on Splash Mountain, because we won't be going to Walt Disney World anytime soon with the world situation. So it'll probably be a good year or two before that happens. You never know. Fingers crossed that the world fixes itself and we can head down there and ride this beauty one more time. But in the meantime, I've made this for the indoor of Splash Mountain, and then I'm going to be doing an outdoor one that has the actual mountain in it, and a little bit more of the surrounding areas. That's my plan anyway. So with this layout, it was a struggle. It took me about 2 weeks to do this entire layout because I would do something, rip it out. I drew so many different characters. I didn't like them. I'd do one thing, come back to it, yell at the page. I was just not happy, but I'm happy with the way it's turned out now for the most part. There's a few things I would like to change. But anyways, so I've done like a wood border. I tend to collect a lot of wood paper, and then I just cut it. And then like my Lilo and Stitch one, I did the circle punch and I put glossy accents on it to make it look like a nail head. And over here, with the mountain part, I just took some textured cardstock and literally crumpled it up and glued it down. With this, the grass, I took it and I tucked it underneath, so it's actually rounded going underneath because I wanted this to be quite 3D. This is my hidden Mickey. I had to look it up where the hidden Mickeys are on the ride. I don't know if this is Disneyland or Walt Disney World because I've never actually seen it in person. But either way, I'm happy with how the hidden Mickey is because I like to put them in all my layouts. And then I just drew that myself to the laughing place. And this paper, as you can see, it's really shining. And it's the same thing for all the Briar Patch. And with the Copic markers, hopefully it'll pick up, it wouldn't absorb the ink at first. It did eventually dry. But so I had a ton of time to play with the ink, and it did like this really cool effect. I'm really pleased with it. Like, look, because it wouldn't absorb, so I was able to like put like 3 different colors down and just mix them all together, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So we got Brer Rabbit there, and then we have the bluebird on my shoulder. And with these trees, I rolled 3 pieces of cardstock and put them all together. So this middle part is sitting on top of these 2 parts. Same with this tree over here, and it's quite thick. Like, it's very chunky. I don't know if that's gonna focus well enough for you guys, but the layout is very, very chunky. I really like it. And then I've put cardstock behind it, rolled it up, so when it gets smushed into the album, it doesn't smush those pieces that have made 3D. Same with the Splash Mountain here. See how hard I'm pushing? I've put cardstock behind there, rolled up, and it won't bend now. But see, that's supposed to look like the log, kind of. That's my thinking. And that I just printed out on my printer. So here, I have these little frames that I found at the dollar store about, I don't know, 15 years ago. I'm running low, I'm really sad. But I just printed on my printer. It says "You might get wet." And it's got Briar Rabbit there. And I put glossy accents on it to make it look like glass. And I really like how that turned out. This is a die cut. Actually, it's not a die cut. It's a punch, Martha Stewart punch. It's one of my favorite punches that I have because I use it very often for trees. And I tend to use a lot of trees. So I had to punch that out 8 million times. And then these are Jolie's bees and Martha Stewart butterflies. And then I hand drew this beehive, and I've added sparkle to it. And I'll explain what the sparkle is in a minute. This is catching a glare, but that is like a cross stitch that they have in the queue. And I think it says, oh gosh, some critters ain't never gonna learn. Oh. I've never seen the movie, so I have no idea what the movie's about. I don't plan on seeing the movie. I just know this as the ride. So, Brer Bear. I'm sure a lot of families, as well as ours, we tend to count bear butts when we go through the ride. This bear has butt, I think, I forget how many times we counted, well over 10. I think well over 15, maybe, I don't know. His butt's always sticking out, so I made sure I did like a really big butt for it to remind my kids of the giggles that we used to have. And he's hand drawn, and I've added sparkle to his hat and to his jacket there. And I just cut out the trees and cut out the fence. This is a die cut that I have. These I got from Dollar Tree, and they're forever in time. And they're really cool. They're really thick and 3D. And then I've just taken my pigment ink pen that I have, and I just did dots on it. And then I hate my handwriting, but I'm sure my kids will appreciate one day. I just did all the lyrics over there and over here to the song that we sing. I drew this log, and then I had a 6x6 paper pack that has all these little journal spots on it. They're really tiny. And so I could just cut that out and then made it look like a nail going through it. And I'll probably put the date or something in there. And then I just took an X12 knife and cut out all these little trees, or sorry, little pieces of grass. I'm really enjoying the X12 knife. I usually fussy cut everything, but as I'm slowing down and taking my time, the X12 knife actually works way better. And then I put water around it. I might change those actually, I'm not that crazy about them. This is Jolie's frog that I have there. And then we got more thorns with like that really cool effect. And then I made his little bag there, Brer Rabbit's bag. Got a big button here, little Brad. This is a wooden ladybug that I have. These I fussy cut it out of a paper that I have. And then again, just X12 knife all these guys down here. Hand drew those little hummingbirds, and then I took vellum and I used Versamark, and then I used the Perfect Pearls on top of it. So the Ranger Perfect Pearls, it's like a mica powder, and it gave like a shimmering effect, so it looks like their wings, to me, I hope other people too, looks like their wings are moving really fast. And then over here, I really wanted to get the ferry boat in this layout, but clearly I ran out of room before that dream was realized. But they do have Welcome Home, Brer Rabbit. I don't know what that means, because again, I haven't seen the movie, but I wanted to make sure I got that in there just to remind me of the ferry boat and everything. And I just hand wrote that on some paper and then colored it in with some Copic markers. And there, Brer Fox. Again, I just sparkled up a few pieces. I think his hat, yeah, his hat and his vest. And then I used a metallic pen to color in the axe, and then Copic markers on the end. I don't think it's red on the end, but for some reason I decided to go with it that way. That's what my brain told me to do. And then I hand drew this little frog guy here. And then the water I use, I showed it in my other video too. I use these Eileen's Glitter Snow, or you can buy just the regular snow. And it's very 3D. I use it for waves, I use it for snow. I've used it for ice cream before. Yeah, and it just gives this nice effect. And then I put glossy accents. Now, when I put the glossy accents on top of it, it turned yellow. I don't know if it was pulling from this paper or what, but I was able to take my white pigment ink pen and just go over the yellow spots. And then I put glossy accents on the water with my pigment pen to make it look like the water's flowing. More die cuts in the back. I've added polka dots. And then these came from a dollar store pack. It was like a vine, long 12-inch vine, and I steal the flowers from it and gently throw out the vines. Because I don't like making my own flowers for the most part. These are all Prima flowers that I normally use. So yeah, I think that's everything. I hope that's everything. My picture all tucks in all behind here. I work with a picture. I don't know where it went. But yeah, everything is meant to tuck. So I don't glue anything unless it's on the edges. Like even this little bird here, his beak is attached to this wing and his tail is attached to that saying. So the picture, well, I'm not gonna, it's hard with one hand. Everything goes underneath, and I'll leave a little bit of the red showing. But yeah, so some of the picture will show here. Generally we're in the back. I don't like to sit in the front at Splash Mountain, so people that I don't know, like they'll be covered by this. That's kind of like the idea behind this one. And then we'll be able to see just our faces. So I think I covered everything in there. I hope I did. If you guys have any other questions or you see something that I didn't point out and was curious what I used, feel free to ask. I'm open book. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And if you hit notifications, you will get a notification when a new video comes up. And I'm doing lots of new videos. I guess I'm back on YouTube for a while now. Yeah, and any comments, I really appreciate comments. They always warm my heart. They really do, honestly, like make me smile. I really appreciate them. And a thumbs up for the video. Thanks for watching, guys.